Since the 13th century, a special phenomenon appeared in the Ottoman Empire, harem. From Arabic, this word translates as forbidden place, but in fact, it was not just a room. It was a whole world, hidden, closed, guarded. The harem was located in the heart of the Sultan's palace, usually in Topkapi Palace in Istanbul. It was a huge complex with inner chambers, baths, gardens, and halls. The harem was guarded by black eunuchs, castrated guards who were not trusted even with a sword. Only they were allowed to approach the Sultan's women. It was thought that behind these walls was a woman's paradise. But it was more complicated than that. For many girls, the harem was the beginning of a long and difficult journey, a path to love, power, or oblivion. You weren't born into the harem, you got into it. Often they were very young girls. 5 years old was considered the right age, so the parents brought their daughter in and signed the papers. From that moment on, she no longer belonged to them. In many families, it was considered an honor. After all, who knows if their daughter might become the Sultan's favorite? The fate of a Sultan's concubine promised wealth and respect for the whole family. The child was prepared, taught to smile, to keep silent, to listen. And when the doors of the harem slammed shut, a completely different life began. Fear, confusion, loneliness, but at the same time a chance for greatness. Each girl realized that everything depended on herself. There was no single standard of beauty in the harem. It was up to one man, the Sultan. If he liked brunettes, there were more brunettes. Did he like a lush shape? The girls were fed with special sweets. And if he valued slimness, portions were cut down and dieting began. Special attention was paid to grooming, masks of rose oil, hammams, aromas of the East. Every concubine had to be well-groomed and attractive, but also modest. Open dresses and vulgarity were unacceptable. The ideal was grace, tenderness, and restrained sensuality. The harem wasn't just a place, it was a school. It was a school with a strict schedule, strict rules, and strict discipline. The morning began with prayer, then behavior lessons. The girls learnt manners, posture, etiquette. Special attention was paid to poems of instruction. They explained how to behave at court. They also taught the art of seduction. A look, a gesture, a smile. Everything was practiced to the point of automaticity. Girls were taught the right makeup, to emphasize their strengths and hide their flaws. But in everything, it was important to measure. A real concubine should not be vulgar, but mesmerizing. Beauty wasn't enough to attract the Sultan. It was necessary to surprise him. Music, vocals, dances. The concubines played the saz, recited poems, danced Oriental dances. Each one was like an artist in a theater where the audience was one, the Sultan. In addition, girls were taught literacy, literature, history, geography. Many knew several languages. Calligraphy, the ability to carry on a conversation and speak properly, were valued. Even when serving tea, one had to be able to create an atmosphere. Acceptance of Islam was a prerequisite. Many girls from Europe and the Caucasus changed their faith. They learnt the Koran, prayers, and Islamic traditions. The harem was becoming a home, but only the smartest and most flexible could rise high. Some concubines eventually became the Sultan's favorite wives, and the most powerful ones became the real rulers of the Ottoman Empire from the shadows.